Hey guys, back here in studio working on a greenstone ring, and today it's going to be a greenstone ring for more like a man's ring. And I really like building these because you use like a heavier piece of silver, a heavier ring, and it just, when you're done with it, it's just a more substantial big piece. So just going to dive right in here and show you the piece I'm going to be building and the greenstone that I'm going to be using, and let's just see where it leads. Okay, so I've got this, this is a ring that purchased quite a few years ago. I bought maybe 3 or 4 of them, and so this is, I don't know if this is the last one I have, but I think I'm not able to find it anymore, so there might be one hidden somewhere. But they're pretty cool. Wish I could have gotten more of them. Just gonna weigh this a minute. Got my scale at 0 on grams, and so this is looks like almost 16 grams. So it's got a lot of weight. You know, it feels substantial. It wears nice. It's very smooth on the inside, and it's got a really neat design, really neat pattern, you know, going on the outside here. So really a fun ring. This is the greenstone I'm going to use. Let's see if I can get a decent picture of it here. Try to zoom in. So it's got a really nice pattern to it, and what I like about this greenstone is it's got a cool shape. So when I put it on the ring, which I'll do right now, so what I like about this particular stone is that on this ring it centers nicely, and it might be just a little bit tall, like on that edge, but I'll be able to put a decent bezel on this. And then also there's what I like to call the white space on a man's ring on both sides. It just makes the ring look bigger. You're not necessarily going for monster stones on men's ring, but you're going for the look that makes the ring look bigger, and then also have a nice impressive greenstone on it. So this is the goal. That's what it should look like hopefully when we're finished. I'll put a nice bezel right around the top here, and hopefully it turns out good. First thing I'm going to do is, because this comes really shiny, possibly coated somehow, I'm going to take my Dremel tool right here, and I'm just going to go ahead and rough up this edge on the top where I plan on soldering. I do this first so that I just don't forget about it. So I just want this to have a nice clean finish, sanded, just like that. Not too much, but enough. Now I'll just take my greenstone and measure it. And I probably don't even make this look easy. You guys know it's harder than it looks to get this thing to cooperate on a measurement. But you do your best. Then I'll always recheck that measurement. I'll bring this around one more time. Otherwise you do a lot of work for nothing. Okay, just gonna measure this bezel material using the tape that I had. This is a thicker bezel, by the way. So this is, I'm not sure of the dimension, but at the time of this video, Rio was really only selling 2 types of argentium silver bezel, or two sizes rather, and this is the thicker one. So I can put that in the comments of this video, but this is definitely not a lightweight bezel. So what I'm going to do on my measurement here, you see where the end of the tape is that I've got it measured at? I'm going to give this a little extra room, maybe about here. And every time you bend these bezels in a circle, you lose a lot of the circumference of the bezel due to tightening in the circle. So there's my piece. It is measured long. I might still have a size issue, but I'm guessing at it. I added a little bit to it, so I'm pretty sure that's, just based on my experience, that's about how long I'll need it. I can put this back on here to show you. And again, if I was using the thinner bezel, the 0.013, I would not lengthen this as much, but I'm adding about that much to the bezel on this particular one, based on the size of the stone too. You know, like a bigger stone, I'm going to add more. Smaller stone, I'm going to add less. So even though I have a lot of power tools for jewelry making, I still use a file. I still do it by hand. There's just not a lot that can replace that that touch that you have with just a hand tool or a file, in my opinion. So I just filed those edges. Now I'm going to go ahead and roll this in a circle. Dowels actually work quite well for that, and I'll just sort of start based on the stone, which is right here, and where I want that seam, where I want the seam to be on the stone. I'll probably just start about 1/3 of the way down and make that bend right there, and then I'll roll this up and around to it. You can see this is kind of a thicker bezel, so it's shaping a little bit tougher than like that thinner stuff does. I'd have to use the bench to roll it. Okay, that's looking better. It's almost close to my shape. I mean, I know it's not that close yet, but close. All right, looks like I got a nice solder connection on there. Actually, I think it's a little light. I'm going to add a little bit to it. There we go. That should be good. Got done working on the bezel, and as you can see, it fits the stone really well. And I think now you can sort of see the thickness of the bezel, which actually made it kind of hard to shape to this stone. Anyway, this is the ring it's going on, once again, and it's got a nice fit and finish to it. So we're just going to go ahead and solder this bezel on now and finish it. Just now setting up this ring with some flux, and I just don't want to have too much flux on the top of this ring. Trying to limit the amount of flow that I have, but I've got to make sure I've got enough. So Now this stone actually had a slight skew to the shape of the pear, so I'm just trying to center this the way it looks the best that I can from the top. And I think that looks good. I'm going to go ahead and solder this. Now remember, this ring weighed about a ½ ounce, so it's going to take quite a bit to heat this up. Just going to put a little bit of light heat on the top, and that's going to just dry up that flux and stop that bezel from dancing around on the top of the ring. So when that flux stops bubbling and moving, then I know it's not going to move that bezel when I apply a lot more heat to the ring. And I'm avoiding putting heat on any part of the bezel at all. The reason for that is I've got to put a lot of heat into this ½ ounce of silver before the solder will flow. I think I did move that just a little bit. All right, great. I've got a little bit of flow. Perfect. I think that's going all the way around the ring nicely. And that turned out really good. I think I burnt my cloth a little bit, but right, I just pulled this out of the pickle and cleaned it up a little bit, and it turned out really good. I'm super impressed with how it turned out. You can hardly see the seam on this right here. It's kind of why I like this thicker silver on the bezels. You can usually get them to look a lot better. It is a lot harder to work with a thicker bezel though. So anyway, that's that. Turned out great. I'm going to go ahead and put this stone in it now. Just like that. And then work the edge. finished with the Fordham hammer, and I've got that bezel nice and tight. This ring looks really great. The seams almost invisible. I mean, you can see a little bit right there just at that seam, but the solder joints just turned out really good on this whole thing, and this is just going to be a stunning ring altogether. So I'm going to go ahead and polish this up and maybe take a few photos outside in the sunlight. Here on my picnic table, I've got the ring in my hand, and let's take a look at it right now, and you can see for yourself how it turned out. But as you can see, it turned out really great. Couldn't be more happy with it. It's got that cool scaly look on the side of it, which really I think is quite attractive. And overall, the ring turned out great. The bezel's really nice, and the stone's really nice as well. So, great piece. Guys, another great piece. Love doing those rings for the guys. You know, it's hard to find jewelry for guys, and when you do, it's usually something that guys hang on to for quite a while. So that one certainly is a nice piece, and likely be for sale. I might leave a link at the bottom of the screen here. But if you like this video, you like the ring, hit that like and subscribe button. That sure does help us out. Until next time, you guys, be well, take care, and see you on the next video.